Today I am going to start new unit, atomic structure. According to Dalton's atomic theory in the year 1808, matter is made up of extremely small indivisible particles called as atoms, and the Greek meaning of atom is uncuttable. Now, as per some postulates of Dalton's atomic theory, matter consists of indivisible particles called as atoms, and for a given element, for a particular element, all the atoms are identical with respect to size, shape and their properties. According to Dalton, during chemical reaction, just there is a reorganization of atoms from reactants to products. And meaning of atom, this was changed after the discovery of subatomic particles. The modern researchers like Thomson, Rutherford, Bohr and others, they proved that atom can be broken down into smaller particles like electrons, protons, neutrons, etc. And atom has a complex structure. And these particles like electrons, protons and neutrons, these are called as subatomic particles or fundamental particles. So in atom, overall there are 35 different subatomic particles. For example, in atom there is one or more electrons. This is the symbol for electron, and electron is discovered by J.J. Thomson. Similarly, in atom there is a proton, one or more protons. In hydrogen there is one proton. In other atoms there are more than one protons, and this proton is discovered by Goldstein. Similarly, neutron, it is discovered by Chadwick. Positron, this subatomic particle, it is discovered by Anderson. Neutrino and antineutrino, discovered by Fermi. Mesons, quarks, gluons, bosons, these subatomic particles, these are discovered by Yukawa. So in this way, in atom there are more than 35 different subatomic particles, and out of various subatomic particles, 3 particles like electrons, protons and neutrons, these are called as fundamental particles. The charge carried by electron, it is -1, and it has a mass of 9.109 into 10 raised to minus 31 kilogram, and in atomic mass unit its mass is 0.00055 atomic mass unit. The charge carried by proton is +1, it carries positive charge, and its mass is 1.672 into 10 raised to minus 27 kilogram, or 1.00727 atomic mass unit. Whereas neutrons are chargeless, these are slightly heavier than protons. Mass of one neutron is 1.674 into 10 raised to minus 27 kilogram, or 1.00866 atomic mass unit, and these are the fundamental particles present in the atom. Now, next important point that we are going to discuss, that is Rutherford's atomic model, that is the discovery of neutron. In the year 1909, Rutherford carried out scattering experiments, alpha scattering experiments, on the bombardment of atom by high speed positively charged alpha particles, and this experiment is called as alpha particle scattering experiment. In this experiment he used radium as a source of alpha particle. Beam of radium, it is passed through slit and it is bombarded through thin gold foil, which is 10 raised to minus 4 centimeter or 100 nanometer. Its thickness is 100 nanometer approximately, and this gold foil, it is surrounded by circular zinc sulfide screen in order to detect the scattered alpha particles. The thin gold foil, it is surrounded by zinc sulfide screen. Now at the time of Rutherford's experiment, he observed that majority of alpha particles pass through this gold foil and strike against the zinc sulfide screen over here. It means 99.9% alpha particles remain undeflected. They they pass through thin gold foil without any deflection. This was the first observation. Now secondly, Rutherford observed that few alpha particles are slightly deflected from their path, or few alpha particles deflected with less than 90 degree or greater than 90 degree. Very few alpha particles deflected with large angle. It may be 130, 150 like that. And this number of alpha particle was very few. And most important thing is, one alpha particle out of 10⁻⁷ deflected with angle 180 degree. It means one alpha particle out of 10⁻⁷, it is deflected back. Just it gets reversed. As soon as you strike the gold foil, it gets reversed. And this number of alpha particle was very, very less. So these are the few observations of Rutherford's experiment. Now look at the enlarged diagram. These are the gold atoms and this is the gold foil. Actually at center, later on it is confirmed that at center there is a nucleus which is positively charged and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Look at this next diagram. Only one atom is shown here. At center there is a positively charged entity. This is later on called as a nucleus, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Electrons are negatively charged. Now as per observations of Rutherford's experiment, most of the alpha particles pass through gold foil. Here you can see most of the alpha particles pass through gold foil. Reason for this is the atom has largely empty space and therefore most of the alpha particles pass straight through the atom. As most of the portion of atom is empty, the alpha particles straightway pass through the gold foil. This is the first conclusion. Now second important conclusion is, as some of the alpha particles are scattered at the center of atom, there must be positively charged entity, and that is later on called as a nucleus, and because of repulsion between positively charged nucleus and the positively charged alpha particle, there is a scattering of alpha particles. So few alpha particles are scattered. Reason for this is there is a repulsion between positively charged entity present at the center of atom and the alpha particles, and therefore second important conclusion drawn by the Rutherford is, at the center of atom there must be positively charged entity, that is the nucleus. Now third observation is, from third observation the conclusion drawn is, since very few alpha particles are deflected through large angle or to back, the size or volume of the nucleus must be very, very small as compared to total volume of atoms. So because of very less number of alpha particles deflected back or deflected with large angle, the size of nucleus must be very, very small. And later on it is confirmed that the diameter of nucleus is in the order of 10 to minus 15 meters. It is very small as compared to the diameter of entire atom. For atom, its diameter is 10 to minus 10 meter, and for nucleus the diameter will be, or it is 10 to minus 15 meter. So as compared to size of atom, the size of nucleus is very, very small. So when you imagine atom is a football ground, then the football kept at the center of ground, it becomes the nucleus. So from this you can imagine, as compared to size of atom, this how the extremely small nucleus is. The size of nucleus is very, very small as compared to size of that particular atom. Now from these conclusions and various observations of Rutherford's atomic model, according to Rutherford, at the center of atom there is a tiny positively charged nucleus, whereas electrons are revolving around the nucleus at very high speed in a circular path, like planets revolving around the sun. So this important postulate drawn by or derived from the Rutherford's atomic model. There is a tiny nucleus at the center and electrons revolve around the nucleus. So atom is electrically neutral because number of protons and electrons are exactly same, and there is a electrostatic force of attraction between positively charged nucleus and electrons revolving around the nucleus. So there are some drawbacks of Rutherford's atomic model. Now what are the drawbacks? First important drawback is the behavior of electrons remained unexplained. From this Rutherford's atomic model, behavior of electron is remained unexplained. Now another important drawback is, according to Maxwell theory, when a charged microscopic particle is moving under the influence of attractive force, then it continuously loses energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation. Thus, the electron moving around the nucleus must emit radiation and gradually lose energy. Due to this loss of energy, its motion would be slowed down, and therefore the orbit becomes smaller and smaller. Ultimately, electron will fall into the nucleus, and finally atom will collapse within short time, that is within 10 to minus 8 seconds. But this never happens, and atom is overall stable. So when electron is considered that it revolving in spiral path, at the end electron will fall into the nucleus and it will collapse, entire atom will collapse. But this never happens. Overall atom is stable. And why atom is stable, why it is not unstable, explanation for this was not given by Rutherford's atomic model. And another drawback for Rutherford's atomic model is, observed atomic spectrum is discontinuous, or it is a line spectrum and not a continuous, and Rutherford's atomic model could not give proper explanation for line spectra of the atom, and why not it is a continuous spectra. Later on, Bohr proposed new atomic model and he tried to overcome the drawbacks of Rutherford's atomic model. So in next video we will discuss about the Bohr's atomic model. Now as per Rutherford's atomic model, you keep in mind only the conclusion is at center there is a nucleus and electrons are revolving around the nucleus.